Alrighty, so what are assets and what are liabilities? Starting off with assets, it is something that puts money into your pocket. Another good way to look at an asset holds value or retains value. So an asset will either maintain its value or grow over time. An example will be real estate, stocks, gold, and many other things. Now, there's two types of assets. You have, let's do a little line. Assets can digress into two options. You have cash flow, and then you have non-cash flow. So if you have an asset, the asset can be cash flowing. This really gives us a few examples, such as real estate. It'll give you stocks. Stocks pay a dividend, so you actually get money for owning the asset. Real estate gives you rental for owning the asset. But if you have something like gold, gold doesn't really give you a yield. So gold would fall under non-cash flow. Some other examples of non-cash flow would be cryptocurrencies. You have precious metals. You would have collector's items. And then in cash flow, you would also have things such as bonds. Good rule of thumb, assets maintain value, they hold value, or they grow over time. Real estate, stocks, gold, bonds, crypto, all are assets, and they can be separated in cash flow or non-cash flow. A liability is the opposite. A liability does not maintain value. A liability will go down in value over time. Let's say you buy a really nice car. Your car is 50,000 brand new. Over 5 years, as it depreciates, your car might be worth 25,000 now on the secondhand market. That is a liability. Another rule of thumb with liabilities is they cost you money to maintain. So assets put money into your pocket and grow over time. Liabilities will often cost you money to maintain, and they will not hold value over time. Now, this ties us into what is money. Let's say I have a fish and you have some bread. I want to buy your bread, and I have fish, and I give you the fish to get some bread. But eventually, in order to fill this gap in between bartering, they introduced money, and money is a system to barter. So back in the day, we used to have gold. The Romans, they had gold coins, and then eventually we had currency. So we had money printed on paper or on dollar bills. It gave us access to money without having to carry around all that gold. And money was backed by the gold standard. Then in the 1970s, I believe the Nixon administration, they took money off the gold standard. And as a result, what happened is money became fiat currency. So money was just backed by the government and backed by trust, as opposed to being backed by gold. So it was not interchangeable for something solid, such as an asset of gold. Ever since then, we've had a lot more inflation. And Zimbabwe is a really good example. Trillions of dollars just to buy simple things such as bread. What happened is the government printed a lot of money in Zimbabwe. It caused Zimbabwe to experience super inflation. The money you had in the morning was not worth the same amount in the evening. So people are trying to spend money as much as they can. And then people in Zimbabwe, they eventually switched to the American dollar or some other currency just to get off the Zimbabwean dollar. Governments can print more money because it's fiat currency. It used to be backed by the gold standard, so it used to be worth something. But now it no longer has that intrinsic value. And money is used as a bartering tool. All right, thanks for watching.